Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bearded Respect, number 166. Woo!
What's up?
Hey everybody, happy Thursday.
Jason, you want to welcome these fine people to the show?
I will. First on my list I got Santa Tom. Hey Tom.
What's up, Santa? Thanks for that shout out on your show.
Second thing I should have maybe done this first. We got a gleam. We got a giveaway. So make sure you enter that. Get in there and enter. Hey Chief. Good to see you.
What's up, Chief?
How you doing?
Appreciate you.
Hello there.
No, why? What happened? Here we go. Hey Baker. All right, we'll see you later.
What's up, Baker?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Hey John Fox.
How you doing, John?
What's up, Foxy?
Hey Matt. Good to see you.
Hey, brother.
What's up, Matt?
How you doing?
Hey E-Rock.
E-Rock.
Go Booth Willie. Hey
How you
Willie.
doing, Willie?
Hey Ronnie.
What's up, Ronnie?
See ya. Babysitter Jess.
Jessica.
I don't have friends. I got family.
James Murray. Hey James.
What's up, James?
How you doing?
Hey Bane Blends.
Thanks.
Hello, neighbor.
Do you want to do an announcement or do we want to wait till later?
Or not announcing it yet.
Okay. Born Bearded. Good to see you.
What's up, Dave?
Hello there, children.
Hey Phil.
How you doing,
ya.
Phil?
What's up, brother Phil?
One, yeah, I beat you on that one, man.
Hey Jeffrey's Bearded. See ya.
What's up, Jeff?
How you doing?
No way.
Randy R.
What's up, Randy?
Flaming Beard.
Flaming. All right, that's like a fear of mine, a flaming beard. What's up, Becky?
Hey,
How you doing, honey? It's here somewhere.
Hello, Becky. Hello.
Hey 20 Spray Ray. Good to see
What's
you.
up, Ray?
How you doing, Ray?
Hello there, children.
Haley. Good to see you.
Haley.
How are you doing?
3D. Hey 3D.
Hello, neighbor.
What's up, 3D?
There's, hey Brad.
How you doing,
See you.
Brad?
Brad, what's up?
No way.
Warren. Good to
What's up,
see
Warren?
you, Warren.
How you doing?
Jeff. Hey Jeff.
How's it going, Jeff?
Hey Tim. Guns and Beards.
What's up, Tim?
Hello, neighbor.
How you doing?
Anthony Grice. Good to see you.
What's up, Anthony?
Oh,
Hello there, children.
Hey, Charles. Charles Raup.
What's up, Charles?
Earls.
Robert Allen. Good to see you.
How's it going, Robert?
Hey Matt. Always good to
How
see
you
you,
doing, Matt?
brother.
What's up, Matt?
Hello, neighbor.
Frickin' Frack. Bob and Terry.
How you doing?
What's up, Bob, Terry?
Oh, there she is. She beat Kevin. You beat Kevin this week. Yeah.
How's it going, Amber?
Hey. Brother Amber.
Hello there, children.
I don't think I got Gary. Hey, Gary.
How you doing, Gary?
See?
Gary?
Kevin P.
Kevin, what's up?
How you doing, Kevin?
There's that Gleam link again. Don't forget, enter for the giveaway.
It is tagged, pinned to the top of the chat.
Hey, Fishing Ray.
What's up, Ray?
How you doing, Ray?
I think, not sure, but if I did, there it is again. Hey, James.
Hello, James again.
Good to see.
Hello.
Oh. Hey, Mixed Breed. Good to see you.
What's up, Robert? Robert's going to be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah. He's
Him
in.
and Johnny.
He's in. Yeah, they're from Philly, so I
Yep.
thought maybe they might make it. Hi, Melissa.
How you doing?
Not sure, but Robert Allen might have got you.
What's up,
Hard to
Robert?
remember. There it is. Hey, Dynamite.
How you doing?
What's up, Ty?
Hello.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate that.
And I'm caught up.
Oh, it seemed like more than the numbers say.
Yep.
Oh. Yep. Hey,
Oh.
Tara.
Hello, murderer.
What's up, Tara?
Yeah, he says he'll be in Pittsburgh on that Friday.
Oh, that's too bad. We should come Thursday.
That's the day we're gonna be.
Yeah, I was actually thinking like that'd be awesome for Robert and Juan to be on our show live,
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
Thursday.
If anybody's
Gonna
interested,
be there.
we will be. Yep.
Yeah, because I'd like to have as much of the community as part of our show,
Yeah.
on that day when we're in Pittsburgh. That'd
Well,
be
yeah,
awesome.
that. If you can't, you can't. But if you're
There's
interested,
Frankie
just
J.
reach out and let us know.
Yep. Feel better?
Oh, was that loud?
That was.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
Yeah. So tonight we have a great guest on, Dustin Bunch. We're going to learn all about him and his organization called Merica Strong. And he and a couple guys from the Tres Amigos and Florida Boys Grooming have developed this kind of special project where they will be donating proceeds of certain items to Merica Strong. It's a beard oil and t-shirt, but we're going to get into that later. The link in the chat for the giveaway is for a beard oil, a specific beard oil from Florida Boys Grooming. We'll talk about it later. But you guys got anything else before we bring Dustin in?
No, I don't believe so.
All right.
I don't think so either.
So, without any further ado, let's bring him on the show.
Going on, guys?
up, Dustin?
All right, Dustin.
Welcome to the Bearded Respect.
Oh, thank you.
Do you go by Bunch? Should we call you Bunch?
Yeah, that's how the
Okay.
world knows. That's how the world knows me.
All right, Bunch. Well, let's head into the 5 questions, Scott.
All right.
All right, Bunch. The first question is the same for every guest. Let us know what your favorite toy was as a child. What was that one toy that you always played with?
The Rambo truck.
Rambo truck.
Yeah, Rambo used to be a cartoon, and he had a 6x6 truck.
Okay.
Hmm.
Was it like an RC car or no?
Oh, like a push car. It was all black, and Rambo was always shredded. So he
Yeah.
shredded before. Yeah, it was a black push truck.
Nice. That's definitely original on our show. A Rambo truck.
Yeah.
All right, Bunch. So why don't you tell us, for those that in the chat that don't know who you are, why don't you let us know a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Like you said, my name's Dustin Bunch. I was a firefighter here in Southern California at age 19. I grew up in a military house, kind of moved around a lot. Mom was blue collar, always waiting tables. Dad was in the Navy and then got out and turned a lot of wrenches, did a lot of underground surveillance stuff when he got out. We moved all around. So I had my younger childhood was in Ohio, outside of Columbus and Jackson Center, Ohio. We grew up with a big family everywhere around us. And then my dad took a job back to the West Coast, and we moved to Lancaster when I was in junior high. So the high desert used to be all nothing but military. NASA program is kind of where they would land the NASA ship or the space shuttle back in the day before all this SpaceX stuff started. Did high school through there, and went to the Fresno City Fire Academy and got picked up in San Diego. Was here for about 11 years, and I'm still here. I'm back here now. But after the fire career, I got into highline power rescue and safety, hanging off helicopters with the IBEW boys.
Wow.
Teaching rope rescue. And at that time when I got in, they were not wearing harnesses at all. It was still old school. So leather strap, and you stepped on a grappling hook and the helicopter took off, and you better hang on. So
what exactly did you do? Like,
so I was in the safety department trying to keep people alive and on that side of it. But we created the rope rescue program, myself and Jeremy Struble and some other people from Par Electric, basically teaching if somebody was to get stranded up in a structure, how do we get them out of the structure besides tying a rope on them and just lowering them to the ground and putting them in a body bag. Let's go over airway, breathing, circulation, keeping the guys in the structure, alive, more or less than just how they do it from a pole. They just do pole top rescue, and you tie a rope around their stomach and lower them to the ground as fast as possible and start treating there. But in an actual lattice tower, you're 200 feet in the air.
wow.
So if a guy has a heart attack, if a guy gets impaled, if anything could happen up there, right?
Right.
So when those things happen, how do we get the people to the ground the safest way possible and be able to save a life, hopefully? When I started, it was brand new. OSHA didn't even regulate it yet. They were just like, well, it's coming. They didn't even wear harnesses back then. It was just climb the structure, take this leather belt, put it around, and don't fall.
Mm-hmm.
And me being in the fire service as long as I was, at that time, it was, I'd go back to my fire chiefs and captains and be like, wait, is this even legal? It pays a lot better than the fire department bunch.
Yeah.
So Jeremy Struble and I went over and started working for PAR. And then I left after about 4 or 5 years with PAR. And I went to work for a company called Barnard Construction out of Bozeman, Montana. and Tim Barnard's a one owner for the company, but does work from Canada to Florida, and everything from reservoirs, tunneling, power line structures, civil work, you name it, he's in it. I mean, all the way we did the border wall before we got shut down, and hopefully we're starting again soon. Then probably I was there 4 years, I guess. 2019 was kind of like when the accident and stuff happened. I don't know if you want me to jump right into that.
So we got some feedback somewhere. Yeah, so you were let's get into that. So 2019 July, what was going on?
July 4th, 2019, out at the river. We had a river house in Parker, Arizona, and we enjoyed being on the water as much as possible in between work. My wife also works in the power line industry, so we work a lot. Out there with some friends, and then the fireworks were going off, and you get to watch the fireworks on your boat as the water's going downriver. And Parker is right below Havasu. It's like a small stretch of river from dam to dam, bunch of houses and floating bars and different places to hang out. And I was driving the boat that night. Family was in there. My daughter was only 10 months old at that time, and fireworks ended, and we were going to go upriver and turn the underglow lights on and let my buddy's kids and stuff play in the water and hang out for a while the boat's cleared out. Coming up to the sandbar like we always do, nothing different. And I was sober that night because I was driving and knew there was going to be plenty of trouble out there. I had a tri-tune. I had a 30-foot tri-tune boat, so they're kind of tall. I went to just jump off to kind of cool down and slow the boat from coming into the sandbar too fast. Well, the water was super low that night. They turned the dam off while the water wasn't flowing so much. And I dove off, buckled my arm, snapped my neck. I'm 6'6", 265 pounds at the time. So it wasn't a small body going over the edge, but something I would do all the time. Like I would just cool off. It's hot out there, out in the desert, and snap my neck instantly at that time.
So you dove head first?
Yeah.
And landed on the sandbar?
Landed right into the sandbar, buckled my arms, and just snapped right in my forehead. And I snapped my C5, C6 complete. So it was like that.
Yeah.
I hung out underwater for a little bit, and my buddy ended up jumping in the water. He's on, my buddy Scott's on the boat with me and his family, Meg, and their kids. They're like, where the hell's Bunch? Like, what the hell's he doing? And they jumped in and pulled me out of the water, like lifted me up. And as soon as I got up, I just told him, so you got to hold C-spine. And Scott and I worked together. We grew up together. I mean, I've known him since I was 14 years old. And he started holding C-spine. I had his wife, Megan, started checking me for movement.
You were conscious.
Yeah, I stayed conscious the whole time underwater, yeah.
Wow. And you're directing what to do. Wow, man.
Yeah, it was just instant. Kicked into my head, all the training.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even when the sheriff department got there, they didn't have a boat big enough to put me on, and they didn't know what they were going to do. So we got their backboard, and I was still hanging off the damn thing because obviously they don't give backboards for guys that are my size. And they ended up using my boat, and then Scott drove my boat. We drove back downriver to where they were going to helicopter me out. And at that time, I mean, I had to wait in line. There was 3 other people that got hurt that night.
Wow.
Different crazy stuff, 4th of July around the water. Everybody's wild. And just getting in the helicopter, they squeezed me in there. I mean, I always knew this most of my life. Like, you go to buy a T-shirt, you can't really find a 2X tall or a 3X tall.
Right.
Use what you got and don't dry it. Use cold water.
Yeah.
I got a size 15 foot. So
yeah.
So at that point, they flew me out to the Barrows Institute in Arizona, and they were telling my wife once she got there, because she took board shorts and sandals. They're like, oh, he'll be fine. They'll fix him up, and he's coming home. And they told her when she got there that they weren't going to do the surgery because it wasn't going to do any good. It's just going to kill me as soon as they open me up. And she was adamant that they go ahead and try. So with my break, the way it was, like I know you looked at the Instagram and stuff and some of the pictures that are on there, it's broken like that. So they had to take basically the C6 and grind it down to put my C5 back on top of it. And then go ahead and screw everything in.
Yeah.
Hopefully it worked. But yeah, I mean, I was so adrenaline high at that time. Like they put as much anesthesia into me as they could, and then went out to the waiting room for my wife and was like, well, what kind of drugs does he do? And she was like, what do you mean he doesn't touch a drug in his life? Like, he drinks Jack Daniels, that's it. And he's sober tonight. And they were like, well, he's telling the doctors how to do their job.
Can you start the questions, Jason?
Yeah.
So you dove off. You don't lose consciousness. But you can't do anything, right? Like you couldn't swim. You're just kind of like there.
Sitting underwater, holding your breath.
Thank God your friend noticed you because it's dark out. Like it's night.
Pitch dark.
People are kind of partying, watching the kids, and like fortunately someone must have saw you. But you get on the boat there, and you're telling them what to do. Hold my neck. You know, do this, do that.
In the water, I was directing. If it moved at any point in time, it could just sever everything.
Right. Because like you were saying, so the C4, C5?
C5, C6.
C5, C6. But there's a spinal cord in there. Like that's that's the major part. Like, yeah, the bones came like that, but it's pulling on that cord.
Yeah.
So when you get to the hospital and they're saying they don't want to do the surgery, what are they saying? Like, it's too dangerous to do the surgery. You're just going to be paralyzed, or
I think they were just saying, say your goodbyes.
Say your goodbyes. Okay.
Yeah, she was calling my family and letting everybody know that it's, if you want to see him, come see him.
Yeah.
And then people were just coming from everywhere. Like I got a really good brotherhood that I'm grateful for all the time. So like by the time I woke up, there was like 30 people in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay, what do you want to do? Like, and I couldn't move anything at that time. I mean, now I'm mobile and hard work and stuff like that. But at that time, it was just so you're going to lay in your bed for the rest of your life and you'll move your neck.
Wow.
It's like, no, like
no.
we got to do something. Like bring in some elk tenderloins and let's get some whiskey in here. We'll fix it.
So she convinces them to do the surgery. And how long was the surgery? Do you know?
I don't even know. Like that atmosphere, like.
Yeah. You weren't awake for that one.
No, I wasn't awake for that one. Thank God. Yeah. I mean, I was dumb enough to. The second day out of my surgery, I asked them to take me off all the pain meds because I wanted to feel how bad it felt. And I lasted about a day of crying, and my wife was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put you back on. Like,
yeah,
you don't need to be that tough."
But that's it though. You're tough. Like, and I want to share this for those that haven't seen it, your Instagram, because it does show like recovery, and it's amazing. Let me just bring this up here. So this in particular is like July 8th. So this is 4 days after the accident.
Yeah, like, every 3 hours they boot me.
Yeah, so more than like 3.5 days later. And look at you had an awesome beard back then too. So
yeah, they butchered my face there. I was pissed.
But right there in recovering is starting immediately after surgery, and there's, I guess, lifting. Oh, that was the bad camera angle, but Yeah, and you could see some movement in your hands there, which is better than a couple days prior, right?
Oh yeah, like so I didn't sleep a night by myself in the ICU. Like all my buddies slept on the floor, and they took shifts on days, and then they would come in every 3 hours, and my buddies would move all the muscles for me.
Wow.
They move my legs, they move my arms, and a lot of firefighters and paramedics and cop buddies that are just always there.
Yeah, that's a brotherhood. When you're in that type of like line of duty, you develop that brotherhood, and your brothers for life.
One of those photos that had there, like, yeah, I tried to learn how to eat.
Yeah. So where are you now in regards to recovery? So that's 5-6 years ago almost.
Down and getting 8 weeks, like I'll tell that whole little bit real quick.
Yeah.
In the hospital, we were trying to figure out what to do, where to go, and like, let's go to the best place in the world, right? And well, I knew at that time the UFC fighter Matt Hughes, he got hit by a train a year before me, and his spinal cord came disattached from his brain.
Wow, Jesus!
And it was just gnarly accident. And I knew he was like recovering very well, like everything that he was doing, like he was starting to walk.
That's internal
I
decapitation.
told my wife, I'm like yeah. And I mean that guy's, I mean, he's built like a brick shit house. And imagine getting hit by a train, and the only bone that he actually broke is his nose. Yeah, but told everybody, I said, reach out to Matt Hughes, find him somewhere, get somebody to call. And within 2 days, he called me, and he was like, all right, what's going on? And I heard your story. And he was like, I go down to BioAccelerator in Medellin, Colombia, and I get stem cells. And right now, like it's taking away the pain and it's helping. Like, found BioAccelerator, and they're actually a company out of Scottsdale right there in Arizona. So we reached out to them, and they ended up sending somebody to the hospital room to tell everything they're doing, because they can't do anything here in America with stem cells that are released by them. And they came over, explained everything, what it was going to entail, and they were like, let's leave right now. And at that time, I was, maybe 2 weeks into it. Like, I'll lose insurance, I'll lose everything if I sign myself out of the hospital. And I couldn't really move anything by myself.
All right.
So we created a plan, like we do the 8 weeks of physical rehab in the hospital at the spinal cord rehab center, and then we'll jump on a plane. And that's what we did. We jumped on a plane. Matt was down there. We both got intrathecal, where they go through the spine, they drain some spine fluid, and they put the stem cells in. And then at that time, in their facility, like they invert my body to make sure everything kind of goes up to where it needs to go. And I was on 13 pills twice a day. And it was like, that was going to be your life, the rest of your life. And Dr. Helper down there said, can you stop taking the pills? I said, oh shit, I did this once before. It was bad. And went through some withdrawals there for, that week. But I haven't taken a pill since.
Oh.
So I don't take any Western medicine. I get stem cells once a year. And BioAccelerator's been amazing to me. Like, the reach out. I mean, obviously, you go down to a third world country, you can't fit in anything my size. In the taxi cab apart, my buddy had a little Leatherman, and he took the whole medical taxi cab bench apart, because you can't fly with anything, right? They put me in it, and they were like, get in the elevator, and my wheelchair didn't fit in the elevator. I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be rough. But since then, I mean, I've been down. This year will be my 7th treatment coming up. And the amount of movement, like what it's done for me on that side, has been good. But recovery first started after getting stem cells. I was living in Menifee, California, because we lived outside of Bozeman in Belgrade, Montana was home. And then I was doing a power line job over there, like Riverside area in California. And then we had the River House, and it was like no house was going to fit me in a wheelchair. I had a tri-level home in Bozeman up there, and then the house that we were living in was just bought just for that a 4-year job that I was on. So my wife, like when I was in the hospital, she had to sell a house, buy a house, unseen, because they were in an Airbnb with my daughter out there. She was still working, making everything happen. And we would leave Menifee, drive an hour and a half to therapy up in Pasadena at Casa Colina. I'd be there for 3 hours. I'd leave there, head to San Diego for neuroacupuncture, and then back to Menifee. So it was 10-hour days, almost a year and a half. But I mean, from where I'm at today, I mean, we got 4 acres up here in Ramona, California. I can get in and out of my house. I walk my dogs every morning. I'm able to get in my garage, open up gates. Just, I didn't have to adapt the house basically to be a wheelchair accessible house, besides the ramp and stuff in the shower. But learning how to open up doors and feed myself, all that kind of stuff is just coming with time and work.
So with the stem cell treatment, like that's improved your mobility with your arms.
100%. I mean, arm sensation. Now I can feel in my lower back. I can feel bowel and bladder movements. My body tells me like when I have to go, and then I can actually feel when I'm pushing. From back when I started, nothing. And what they told me I'd ever get back, if I would have listened to them, I'd still be in a bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And now, I mean, I'm mobile enough where, I mean, I go elk hunting every year, try to make it out, and I'm in the gym all the time.
And elk hunting, you're in a chair, like a wheelchair. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm in my wheelchair, and I have a track chair. Last year we were in Bedrock, Colorado, hunting out of the van. The year before, we were outside of Bozeman, Montana, and got the bull, and we've been bison hunting. Try to fill the freezer with all that natural good food.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Who's got the tag up there in Wyoming where a wheelchair is buffalo?
I'm not a hunter myself, so I'm the wrong one to ask.
Well, I'm going to bring you home some of them coffee beans from Colombia, and you work on elk hunt for me.
So, are you working with your legs at all, like in physical therapy, or like are you kind of like still trying to walk? Of course, but
yeah. So when it comes to the physical therapy part, I work out of Renew outside of San Diego here, and Mika and Chris have been great. They actually put me in machines, and they'll move my feet physically. Because I can't fit in some of the machines that you see other quadriplegics in, the people that are 5'6", 5'7", they don't make it for 6'6". Recently, I went and toured a facility. It's called Driven. And Sam Schmidt, he was an IndyCar racer, an F1 driver, and he crashed his car into a wall in 2000. And still today, he's still working with the Indy teams, and he's gone 218 miles an hour with his straw as a quadriplegic. Wow. And he opened up a facility out in Indianapolis, and they have a pool where you can walk inside the treadmill, but world-class equipment. And he's trying to build it where I went and toured his facility in Vegas because it was closer a couple weeks ago. It is gnarly what the amount of equipment that they are making to help, because these injuries are happening more and more to people, and now people more or less hear about them. So most people don't hear about spinal cord injuries unless there's somebody in their family or friends it happened to, but now it's crazy. But as far as mine, hitting the gym all the time, keeping the diet down to low inflammation as much as possible is what helps the recovery the most. And the biggest thing that, I talk to a lot of paraplegics, quadriplegics with the foundation and stuff, and the hardest thing is the pain. That nerve pain just bites you all day, and it feels like a wasp, like just constantly biting up and down, up and down, up and down. People get baclofen and all these nerve pain meds, and they can't get off.
Right.
Yeah. They're just stuck with it. And then it just kills the organs. it's like Jason was saying, you got more pills in a pharmacy in most of
Right.
these houses. Unfortunately.
What do you do for pain now?
Just take stem cells. And
Nothing,
the more
between.
you move, the more you move in a chair, the more exercise you do, more blood flow. It's no different than an
Right.
able-bodied person. You're out working out and moving. Yeah, it hurts initially, and as you do it more and more and more, the body says, "Okay, it feels good."
What can you tell us about this right here?
The dream. So the goal was always to make enough money and buy property back in Montana and raise bison and sell the meat back to the Californians. And now I'm back living in California again. My wife said, she's like, we're not gonna be able to move up there and do that. It's just too much on her. And she's an amazing woman. She's a badass and the rock of the family. I can't give her enough credit every day for what she does. But when we started talking, about trying to still do a ranch and live, raise the kids on a ranch, the bison have always been a goal of mine since I was like 12. Like, I'm going to raise bison. That's what I'm going to do. And me and my buddy Neil used to always talk about moving to Montana. We're going to raise bison. But now what I've done is create the 501c3. And the goal is to build a ranch and build 8 to 10 tiny homes where I can bring out spinal cord families, that are struggling with the injury, because it's not just the person that's injured. It's the person that's around them. It's the caretaker. Bring them out to a ranch where we have bison actually on it, because I want that mindset in the people. The American bison will always push through the storm, whether it's rain, tornadoes, snow. They face right ahead of it and they keep moving forward.
And that's exactly what you're doing in real life. As soon as you're injured, you face the storm and working through it. That's the kind of analogy I'm getting from this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I want to pass it on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what I've learned is since we started Merica Strong and been able to get it out, and people found me through BioAccelerator and stuff. The biggest thing is taking the people out of the hospital. If you can put them around a campfire, with some animals, whether it be I always keep telling my wife, we're going to find an African warthog and we're going to call it Puma and have it on the ranch. Because, you got a bunch of people sitting around campfire and a big old warthog walks up that's friendly. You're like, what the heck? You're not thinking about your injury. You're not thinking about, what, you shit your pants today. Peed all over the place. Those things happen in a wheelchair, but it doesn't have to ruin your day. And when I talk to people, a lot of the younger people that are in wheelchairs, I'm lucky enough to have great animals and dogs. And besides the puppy we're still training, that's almost 130 pounds. He's an asshole. But people want to FaceTime, and I always want to FaceTime with them to see their reactions, but they want to see the animals. Where's your dog? Where's that cat your daughter got last year? And I show it to them, but it gets their mind off of where they're at. And then we can talk about moving forward. We can talk about the stretches we need to do every day, what it takes, when you do get a twitch in your shoulder, and how you're going to push forward and get past that by doing thousands and thousands of reps. Yeah, there's the boys. I can't say enough about Eric. He's given me like so much hope and taught me so much things, and we're moving forward as a team. And Ken was a firefighter with me, also in the military and stuff like that. And his number one thing is going to the VA and educating the people. And more or less, I didn't get to serve in the military because I went to the fire department. So I shouldn't say I didn't get to.
Right. You served in another way. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look at that baby beard.
It was your GQ look.
Yeah. Yeah. I even told Eric, I said, we got to update that photo. It's a baby beard. No. But the whole part was where do we put the ranch? How do we build it somewhere? And I'm like, yeah, let's take it to Montana. And then Eric had to sit me down and be like, look, like I gotta look at this from a business perspective. Not everybody wants to go to Montana when it's negative 12. And I'm like, oh, well, why not? I don't understand. It's God's
Right.
country. So we've been looking at different properties and stuff, and obviously we got to be close to an airport where people are flying in to the ranch, and we want to make it where people aren't
Right.
paying to come. We're trying to get donors and sponsors where we can fly in. We have the team, Renew, and the people down there at Therapy. They're willing to donate their time, and then they're also working with UCSD. So the students that are coming in get to come learn a different way of just that hospital way.
Mm.
You don't get so much when you're just on Rolodex, and unfortunately the nurses and the therapist, that's just the system we have. How fast can we get the people in and out? How fast? Because we have more people downstairs that need the help, and it's just kind of where we're at everywhere. But the ranch is a place to be able to bring people out and say, okay, slow down. Let's separate the person in the wheelchair or the person that it happened to and separate the family, and let's get educated here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Caretakers, wives, husbands, everybody needs a break when they're taking care of somebody. Like the constant, hey, can you grab me this? And in a quadriplegic state, when you first start, you can't grab anything. You're making a mess out of everything. You can't brush your teeth. You can't do all these things that make life just a little bit easier on your family. But explaining that to the person that's in the wheelchair in an atmosphere where you're outside, you get to, have animals running around, a bison herd that's right there, some pellets, get their mind off of that thing that happened to them. And it might be an unfortunate accident. You just get dealt those straws. Sometimes it's sitting at a red light and somebody rear-ended you and you didn't choose to be there and have that happen. But after it happens, the biggest thing with Merica Strong is getting back up and pushing through.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to feature any bison rides?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Are you going to feature any bison rides?
I don't know about rides, but in my business model, we're definitely the goal is to move the bison around, not just leave one small herd in a pen, because they are herd animals. I respect them. I love that animal. So we want to move them around where, yes, we are growing them for food and to give people low inflammation, good meat that's processed, but be able to have a separate place away from the ranch where we're raising the bison out in free range territory, Montana, Wyoming, anywhere that we're able to sit there and make a difference, but also be able to, it all comes down to the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
When we're sponsoring these people and making sure they have their funds, but also to feed the animals, keep the lights on and stuff like that. So the good thing about being the 501c3 is we are tax exempt, looking for bigger corporations and partnerships. I don't want, the businesses just to send me money and say, here, good luck. Like I want them to come out and see what they made a difference in.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff that you posted, like we have a mental retreat I'm building here on my property. It showed like the pickup truck and the Merica Strong thing. And it's kind of helping out and giving back to the firefighters and the cops that are dealing with so much in my area, CAL FIRE, all the local fire departments. We're going to try to get signed off and by the state of California with a professional therapist. We were able to come here and talk about these things that not just affect the spinal cord world, but the first responders, what you deal with on a daily basis. It's like, I've been in that life. I've lived that life. And now, like my guys that I worked with years ago, they're all promoted through the ranks. And they're saying, our community that's coming up is just even more mentally weak, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how do we get people out of that element? The only way I know how to do it is get them outside.
Mm-hmm.
Get them outside, get them talking. Let's talk about real life situations, real things. And after we talk about them, cry, hug, or fight is what I say. And then move on.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you use your Instagram for is kind of like motivational, positive talking. So everyone in the chat, go follow him on IG, and you post a lot of good information about like your daily struggles and how you overcome them, and you encourage other people, just move forward, don't look back, just keep moving forward, face that storm.
Yeah.
Very inspirational, motivational. Absolutely.
No, I appreciate it. And I mean, I struggle with that side too. There's not all good days.
Oh yeah.
I try to tell people, like, even in the wheelchair, like, just because, you had a bad day today doesn't mean it's not going to be bad tomorrow.
Right.
But let's just keep moving on.
Right.
Forward progress, doesn't matter how fast it is, it's still forward progress.
Absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, I think we only had one question so far, and that was Brad, and that was about the stem cell. And yeah, you're still doing the stem cell every year.
Yep.
So that's awesome.
If anybody needs anything from them, like, totally reach out and they'll help you out. Most of the time, the consults, they'll consult with you and talk about whether it's an injury, whether it's pain, anything like that. They've been a great company.
So in support of Merica Strong, Florida Boys Grooming is doing something pretty special. Scott, do you want to show your slides for that?
Yeah. I've got to do it a different way though.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, it still doesn't seem to be loading, but
or maybe just those pictures. But so Matt Hill from Florida Boys Grooming, along with Trace Amigos, are kind of like made this thing called Red Friday in support of Merica Strong. So Florida Boys Grooming is going to have these t-shirts that are available on Printify, and I will post the link for that in the chat. And then also on the Florida Boys Grooming webpage is going to be these Red Friday beard oils, which are only going to be available for sale on Fridays. So when you go to Florida Boys Grooming, you can buy this beard oil only on Fridays. But a portion of these sales for the beard oil and for the t-shirts are going directly to Merica Strong, and to kind of help contribute to this dream of developing this place, which in turn also supports wounded veterans as well as wounded anyone, but this program could potentially help veterans as well.
Yeah. No, Matt's been awesome since I met him, and we talk about every week now and help him grow the brand. And this has been one of those things where it came out of the blue, and super grateful for it. Meeting good people, just after this accident, probably would have never met if I didn't break my neck. And bring it
right.
It's kind of where it's at now, and
yeah. So this beard oil, it's actually, the scent is going to change every quarter. So currently, starting tomorrow, it's going to be this one here, which is a woods, citrus, and sage scent. And I believe just essential oils.
Yeah.
Plant-based fragrance. This will only be available on Fridays to purchase. I think it's $20. I think it's the same price as regular oils on his website. And a portion of that's going directly to Merica Strong. And then every quarter, it's going to change scent profile. So it'll be kind of like a series that you can collect. At the same time, your money is going towards this organization, Merica Strong. Yeah, Matt says it'll be on the website tomorrow from 7 a.m. Eastern time until midnight Eastern time tomorrow night.
Cool.
And then the t-shirts is, I believe you could just buy any day. It's not just a Friday. But there we go. So the front has the Red Friday. That is the front on the right side of the screen. Red Friday in the front, and then on the back, Through the Storm, Merica Strong. A portion of these sales are going towards Merica Strong as well.
Super excited.
Yeah, this is awesome. Of course, Red Friday means a lot to a lot of people. Remember, everyone deployed.
That's right.
Currently deployed. And, bunch means a lot to us too.
I'm super stoked for you guys, and I can't thank you boys enough. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I should be able to tomorrow kind of cross promote this with the Renegade Beard Club.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're always posting stuff for Red Fridays and stuff, so I'm sure a lot of those guys will be interested as well.
Yes, Ray, it's only available in the oil. Yep. Yep. Let me post the website for the t-shirt. Let me share that with everyone. So the t-shirts are $29.99 for small, medium, large, and extra large. It does go up to 32 for extra large, or double X and 3X.
It's what I'm used to.
Yeah, I'm in that club too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called. They should just change it to man size.
Yeah. Yep. But really cool red t-shirt to wear on Fridays. You have to wear it every day. But if you're looking for a red t-shirt to wear to support everyone deployed and Merica Strong, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And one of you guys are going to be going home with a free oil, and that's what this giveaway was about. So let me give you a couple more minutes to enter that giveaway. I believe it's posted in the chat at the top. Let's take a look here. Yep, it's posted at the top of the chat. You can enter the giveaway, and this is for a free beard oil.
Let's take a butter.
Yeah. And of course, anyone in the chat, if you have any questions for Bunch, let us know.
Yeah, let me know. I'm an open book.
He is.
We're currently scheduled with 2 to 3 families a week now, and try to keeping the doors open as much as possible with family life and work. But it's been a wild ride to people from Switzerland to Spain, all these other countries that are calling, and everybody thinks I beat it. And I'm like, I'm still in the same race. Like, I'm still here doing it with you guys. Like,
right.
I post, and I always tell people, I'm like, I need to get a longer stick or something, because people think that I'm not in my chair. I'm like, I'm always like, man, I got to figure out a way to do this. Set up GoPros or something where I can turn them all on, because I always feel like most of my posts are like just my face. I'm like, all right, I mean, unless I can get my daughter to push the button for me.
All right, thanks, Tom, for posting your question.
That's the question?
Yep. He posted a question.
It's that sense of humor, right?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I have my old. I was telling Brewer that my old fire captain that a lot of inspiration and everything growing up with him in the fire service, and now he's retired and he's brewing coffee beans in the backyard. He lives in Yuma, and I was telling him, he was texting me earlier saying, "I'm going to watch it tonight." I'm like, "Good, it'll be good." But I'll have to get some beans. We'll have to send them out to you.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
You can judge the old fire skip cables coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. I do a coffee show on Saturdays, so I can brew it in front of everyone and talk about it.
Oh yeah, he'll be stoked. I think we're gonna go back down to Columbia, July, August, and then I'll have to FaceTime you when we're down there because there's so many different. I'm not that educated on it, and we've gotten so many back, and people are like, "They're all amazing." I'm like, "They all taste the same." Like, I don't have that palate.
All right, Dustin, here's the question. Who's got better beards, Tres Amigos or Respect?
I'm going fifth on that one. I'm going to plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I appreciate you boys. No, I'm actually going tomorrow to the barber shop to see my Ella and have her trim me up and
Nice.
they make me look presentable again.
Nice. Do you ever think about, or have you ever entered a beard competition?
No, but we were talking about it actually Dino trying to do one here at it's called Blackbeard Barbershop, and they got 2 locations here in SoCal.
Okay.
Like trying to get something set up for this summer where have it there at their shop and bring in people that do like beard oils and stuff like that are local.
Mm-hmm.
Try to do something like that.
Yeah. And just an idea. So the Great American Beard Competition is a really big one, and they have it every 2 years. So last year it was in Detroit, and they've announced that next time, so 2026, it's going to be in Los Angeles. I mean, I know that's not San Diego.
Oh, I'll go.
However, they have that's a perfect opportunity to like display Merica strong, like to have like a table there, information, fundraising, because they have booths there. Like, and
it's the Great American.
Yeah, I'll send you some information about it.
Yeah, definitely. Are you going to be competing?
I might be there.
Nice.
I had a great time in the one in Detroit this past year, and yeah, they announced it's going to be in LA. I can't remember the name of the club, the beard club in LA that's hosting it.
Okay.
But I'll find out and give you that information.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I was at the barbershop the last time we were talking about it, and they got like super good vibe, old school boys, and then actually my Ella, she's a female, and she's young, but got her bike and rolling around, getting ready to step up to a Harley.
Yeah, Bearded Phoenix wants to know where in SoCal.
I'm in Ramona, but the shop is in San Marcos, Escondido area. It's called Black Sheep.
All right, so let's draw this winner for the beard oil. Let me share my screen. So this is for the current Red Friday beard oil. Let's see who wins. Jonathan Perez, are you in here? Gotta be here to win. Jonathan Perez. Yes, Gentlemen's Social Club in LA. That's right. That's exactly right, Bearded Phoenix. Okay, so Bearded Phoenix is in Lancaster.
Okay. That's where I graduated high school.
Yeah. Jonathan Perez, are you in the chat still? I don't know, Ray. Everyone's congratulating Ray. Is that you, Kevin? I just want to confirm if that's you. Kevin P. Prove it. Oh.
Oh, he says Matt knows.
Well, the email will
It
connect.
really is me.
Oh, okay. All right, Ray.
Now I don't know who's joking and who's not anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh,
but-
no. Yeah, me neither.
Okay, it's not Kevin P. Okay. Ray, if it's you, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay. All right.
Oh, all right. Well, now we know, too.
Well, no,
Now we'll call you. We're gonna call you Jonathan from now on. No, I'm just kidding,
Your
Ray.
secret's out.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Everyone's vouching for you, Ray.
We got it.
Congrats. And that's cool because Ray's been a big supporter of Florida Boys for a long time.
Yeah.
And so that's cool.
And does he have to reach out to anybody, or
What's
Matt
that?
reach out to him?
Yeah, Ray, just reach out to Matt. Congrats, whoever the hell you are.
Can't believe we
Yep,
didn't
April
know that was
Fool's
his
is
name.
over. Sorry, Ray. I had no idea.
And Ray normally does a bunch of stuff that screws with us.
Yeah.
Especially me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, Ray loves Matt's products, that's for sure.
who doesn't? They're good products.
Yeah, they are. They are very good. So anything that you're looking forward to, Bunch? Anything coming up that you're excited about?
Super excited to get back down to Columbia, get stem cells, but actually just growing. Had some really good meetings today, working with some other people, trying to grow the brand, and people are reaching out. So I'm stoked. I mean, I want to get the mental, the barbecue and fire pit area all built this year so people can actually come and get back. That's the biggest things for me right now. Keep on working, keep kicking in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Keep kicking it right in the dick.
Yep.
So you sent me these other pictures. Are those what you're expecting to create?
Yeah, that's the renderings we did for the actual area. It had to be a certain amount of feet. It had to be open area. It had to make sure we had a bathroom, running water, all those things to be an actual facility for like mental retreat. And we literally just got done with all the renderings and stuff last month. And now I'm just reaching out to people in Southern California
that looks awesome.
Looking for trees, looking for an old pickup truck, preferably a Ford. Throw it out there, and it's mainly try to be able to get people to open up and overcome everything.
I want to go there.
It's about the quality of life. Yeah, I just got the pallet walls and everything all built. A guy Jesse outside of Riverside building all the walls, and got a bunch of the stone. I'm constantly on old Facebook Marketplace looking for deals.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have the work and the willpower, but most of the time I got to sit out there and just point and tell somebody how to do it. Like I have the equipment, the tools, and the tractors, but it's getting donors and people that are willing to come out and work. And yeah, you can kind of see in the background. That's actually my backyard or my front yard. That's my wife's office over there in the red.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's all about the quality of life, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the most out of it, because as far as we know, we only get to do it once.
Just imagine bison just roaming right through there.
But not there.
No. Oh, okay.
No, my wife ain't having it in my backyard. No. They need room.
Yeah.
They're not too fond of fences.
Yeah.
But that is the goal. Is kind of the biggest things this year for me is just to start checking off, more or less. I keep saying donors, but I really want partners, people that we can work with every year. And I mean, if I don't get it, Trump's going to get it, and not that I mind that the government gets it, but Doge is finding enough money right now. So. Stay in the swamp. Yeah, we need to go down there to Matt's place and go gator hunting.
All right. Have you ever done that?
I haven't done that. I had a pet alligator for like 4 years though.
Really?
Yeah, his name was Mr. T. Yeah, he would cruise around our house. And my wife would wake up in the middle of the night and be like, "Oh shit, did you put him away?" I'm like, "No." She built him like a huge terrarium. It's like 800 gallons in our pool table room, and then like he just hated her. He'd be sitting on my lap hanging out, and she'd walk in the room and he'd start hissing. I'm like, Jesus, like, yeah. She got 2 small kittens at that same time, and the cats used to go around and like go after his tail. Like, it's only going to take one time.
Jeez.
Cat king.
How big was he?
Yeah, how big did he get?
Like that big.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big enough. I mean, he filleted my finger down to the bone one Jack Daniels night.
You're like,
yeah. It's like, oh, he's nice. He's nice. Oh, we're gonna need some duct tape. Yeah. I've always had, in my younger days, had weird animals. I mean, I had a rattlesnake when I was a firefighter for a long time. His name was Striker. Me and the boys, we try to put our face against the glass and see if, when he strikes the glass, if we could keep our face against it. Just that stuff you do when you're a young, dumb firefighter,
I wouldn't think in California you can have these exotic animals.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Texas is a different story. Texas, you can have anything that's not indigenous to Texas.
Right.
Like you can have a pet elephant, and it's okay, but you can't have like a pet rattlesnake because
they don't have enough of those. I took the alligator all the way to Montana.
Yeah.
Yes. And the purpose behind it was I was like, I'm going to grow boots because I didn't have enough money to buy gator boots at that time.
You're growing boots.
So when I was on a job in Nevada and clicking on the internet at that time and thinking that they're never going to send it to me, like it's not going to happen. Oh, it'll be there tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit.
Wow.
Little baby gator showed up the next day in a box.
Holy cow.
I was like, Las Vegas can get anything.
So did he become boots?
No. They actually they die of stress, like moving them around and stuff. Like they don't do any stress.
Yeah.
It's all them teeth. 93 in Florida. You have to wait till it's winter there.
Wow. 93 already?
Yeah, we got snow today.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, just a dusting, but it's cold and windy.
Springtime up there.
Yeah.
Here it's just cold and rainy.
Yeah, it rained up here or down here too. It'll be 80 next week, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I tell everybody we get taxed on the weather we got.
Oh, yeah.
You taking any trips to Tijuana?
Not recently. That was back in my 20s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not these days. There's a lot of I've been told there's a lot of American military down there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hanging out and filtering things.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, most there. I come up to Bozeman every year for the company meetings and stuff, and then hunting. We always head up towards your territory. Love it.
Nice and cool for frickin' frack 85 on the coast of Florida.
That's cool.
Coastal breeze.
It's like a summer day here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Well, boys, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, pleasure's ours, man. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, I know. As things evolve, I'd love to come back on and let everybody know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You get reoccurring visits.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely inspirational. You're fighting it. Keep it going, man. Keep doing what you're doing on IG because you're inspiring others. And people need that.
Definitely.
Now, the Merica Strong. When did you actually start this? When did you start it?
So Merica Strong, it'd be 3 years. I started it.
Okay.
This will be 3 years. But the Merica Strong Instagram, I just started in January. If that's what you were asking.
No, I meant the program itself.
Yeah, the program itself is like 3 years. It took about a year to get the tax exempt status because you can have a nonprofit. What I've learned, if you're not tax exempt, everybody says they want to help, and when it comes to a company and a business, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about money, and I'm not shy to that. Mm-hmm. But once we got the tax exempt status, then more people started talking, and I'm able to sell the brand a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want that 501c.
Yeah, and then I see where it helps. You get that 100% write-off for dollar. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of paperwork every year.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily we have a guy who solves all that paperwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Matt wants to. We're letting him be involved.
Definitely, brother. I appreciate you.
And we'll work to try and get the word out there, these products, so everybody's aware of them.
Yeah, if you like citrus, definitely grab this. It is the woods, citrus, sage. Red Friday. It just came in today, so I haven't worn it yet, but looking forward to it. And then every quarter, every 3 months, there's going to be a new scent profile. Collect them all. Money's going to a good cause to support America Strong.
So we just started the second quarter of the year.
Wow.
So is this the first oil?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not sure. I mean, so I'm not sure like when the next one is going to come out.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess it would be what, July, April,
Yeah,
May,
it should
June.
be.
Yeah, so probably
Yeah.
July.
Sure. Matt'll let us and everybody else know posts on IG and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep. Yep. But it's only on Fridays you can buy it, so which is good because usually payday's on Friday, right?
Right.
So do you know how much biotin you gotta consume to get a beard as long as yours?
No. I don't know the answer to that. Yes, Flaming Beard, it is available.
Yes, it's
tomorrow.
supposed to be available tomorrow.
7 a.m. Eastern.
7 a.m. till midnight.
Yep. Yep.
So Mike, what category are you going to be in at Worlds?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I know it's in centimeters, but I'm probably going to stay in the under 12, like the 8 to 12, I think it is. Or it's like 8 and 11 and 3/4 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's probably
got measured in
where I'm
centimeters.
going to go. Right, yeah, yeah. But right now it's at 14 inches. So I'll probably trim it down to meet that category of 12 and under.
Okay, so we'll be competing.
Yeah. Bring everybody
Should've
out.
asked his wife.
Yeah, 3 of us are going to be together in Pittsburgh for the World Championships. Looking forward. It's July 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Is 3 days of competition.
Nice.
And, we'll be there on the 2nd. Well, the 3rd is the Thursday, right? So we'll be doing our show live from somewhere, probably the house.
Yeah.
And if anyone's there, let us know. We'd like to have you on the show live. Yep.
Nice.
I just mixed pretty measured his beard at 17.7 centimeters.
Oh, okay.
Centimeters or millimeters?
Chief, you got me. Jason and Chief got me. And Beard, I think.
Jason's got that width.
Yeah, Jason's got girthy beard.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody feels
this competition kind of.
I mean, like,
natural.
Yeah, I mean, like Mike says, he thinks me and the Chiefs got him beat. Well, I think you and the Chief got me beat, and the Chief probably thinks we got him beat. You know,
right? Yeah,
that's how everybody is. So,
yeah,
it's humbleness because every day when you're combing it out, you look down and you're like, "Man, I'm losing so much."
Yeah,
right. I mean, the best part about it is just hanging out with everyone. Like that's what these competitions are for me anyways, is just like meeting new people, hanging out with them, because you talk to them online for so long, for so many years now, and just kind of like hanging out and having fun and raising money for charity. So this one is raising money for Pittsburgh Children's Hospital, because it's a big event, like it's a huge event. So they're raising money for a huge corporation, but most of them are for like smaller organizations, like usually veteran organizations or pet organizations. So it's really cool. A lot of fun.
Nice.
I'll find this mixed breed. This mixed breed, the length of my beard depends on if I straighten it or not. But last time I straightened it.
My wife's telling me we got to put the little one on, and as you can see, the crib's behind me.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, we appreciate it.
No, I can't wait to catch up with you guys again, and I'll let you know all the progress, and thank you so much.
All right, man.
All right.
Thank everybody that joined. You guys have a good night.
Yep.
You too. So Ray says you're bribing judges. Well, I think some of those competitions, they don't have as many people in. I know that one in Minnesota was smaller.
Yeah.
But he does have those red beards always seem to do well.
Hey, man, there are some good beards there, though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying they're
It's just that it's easier when
sometimes
there's,
it can be a numbers game.
5 or 6 compared to 20,
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
I'm sure there's going to be a lot at World.
Yeah, like I'm comparing Worlds to the Great American, and the Great American, I mean, I finished 6th or 7th. I mean, you only get awarded for top 3, but they print the scores afterwards. And that competition is more about natural, and which is Worlds is as well. The more natural, the better score you're going to get. And like Jason's got that natural thickness right up at the cheeks, where I don't. So.
Yeah, yours is more
that's
right.
Yeah.
I've been kind of trying to let mine go for that reason.
That's
too.
Same with me. Same with the mustache. Why I'm letting it go.
Yeah, that mustache is
like I said.
No.
Now, I did see recently that you can line up the cheeks. You can, just line it up for this category. Because a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are just like letting it grow natural because they want to fit in that category. But I did read on their Facebook webpage that someone asked that, and you can line it up neatly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you can only join one category. Yeah.
Yeah, one category, and it's one of the higher entry prices.
I think you have right up until the competition to register, Chief.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be turning anyone away. Normally for these big ones,
No,
they don't. A lot of the big ones you can just walk up that day and register.
Kev, where you been?
Yeah, this is the first I've noticed you finally commenting.
I've missed you this whole episode.
He must have finally got
He's
out
about to cut his cheek sideburns.
Yeah.
No, Kev, you can't cut your sideburns for Garibaldi. Baker, you can have products in your beard. You can have beard oil.
Even and balm, right?
And
you
balm.
can have butter. Yeah.
But you can't have beard enhancers. So like you can't have
Hair extensions or
yeah, like extensions or balm that like shapes your beard in a certain way, or you know, props it up or anything like that. You can
Or
have
like
products in your beard.
hairspray or
Hairspray.
hairspray.
Yeah, anything that like yeah, but a mild balm is fine.
Yeah, I like it as high as it can go myself because
Yeah.
it's like fuller. You know.
it's where you get
Yeah,
the more
when you
gray
were
colors by your cheeks.
yeah, and when you were showing them those pictures of Dustin, you know, in the hospital where they shaved it, they had his cheeks shaved
Way
way
down.
down.
Yeah.
You know.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that there was a reason for that or
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it could have been during surgery because like
Yeah.
the last time I had my retina done, they shaved that one side down so they could tape my tube. You know,
Yeah.
because I had to
yeah, that's
have the
what I was
so
thinking.
yeah.
So finest for all 3 days, right? It's not one a day. So each day has certain categories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For most of the just natural beard is on the third day.
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. Most of those categories.
and I believe all three of us will be on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are going to be on that day. There is a category of, I think it's like groomed, where a barber grooms and shapes your beard.
Yeah. I'm,
Reading the description, like they cut underneath too, like they shape underneath, which I never do. Like I never.
hmm.
No, you
Yeah, I
kind of
don't
need
want-
that for growth reasons.
Yeah, I don't want
If you
my neck trimmed.
if you have a shorter beard, I can understand it.
Right.
But
Right.
But yeah, like that chiseled look, like that chiseled when they,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know.
Is there an old guy category?
There actually is.
Hey, David.
Oops, sorry. There's a 65 and over.
Is it 65?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought it
Let me
was.
see.
I thought it was 60
Let me check.
because I was thinking I got 5 years and I could be in that one. You trim from under nose to my. Oh, so you shave a little bit in between your mustache and under your nose. I probably would stop trimming.
Yeah. I did tell you that, Chief, like months ago. So yeah, there's a 60 years, and you're right, Jason, 60 and over.
Okay.
So Foxy, you're good.
I got 5 years, and then I'll be in that one.
Yeah.
So
But
here
it's all lengths, like it's everything.
supposedly
So
there's
you
a
can't-
live entertainment.
Oh yeah.
On the competitor ticket, it says on-site entertainment. I was like,
Mm.
heck kind of entertainment? And there's nightly after parties.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a blast.
What you got there, Amber? Oh, there's the link. Oh, the link to the comp.
Yeah.
Oh.
And on there, it does give you a schedule for each day. So like
Yeah.
July 3rd, the first day is opening ceremonies, natural mustache, dolly mustache, English. So it's all the mustache categories.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's Verdi and Garibaldi. So that's Thursday. And Friday's like all the freestyles. And then Saturday is all the beards. Less than 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 45.
And that's centimeters, by the way.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Brad, you're that old? You could be in the old guy category?
Yeah.
Yeah, Baker, I believe a lot of stuff is in walking distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's at Heinz Theater.
Yeah.
So that's like where they do the plays, ballet, stuff like that.
No, I don't think the head hair has anything to do with it.
Yeah, Brad 60.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that, Brad, when I met you. You're a young 60.
I wouldn't guess by the pictures I've seen.
Yeah. I was surprised to see who. I don't know if any of you guys follow him or not, but I think it's Maximilian or something. I think he's Italian or something. He's just somebody that started following me. He's got a beard, so I followed him. Well, I think it was either yesterday or today I seen on IG he must have just turned 55. I thought he was older than me. But apparently he's just a couple months younger than me.
Yeah, you never know.
Yep.
Yeah, stadium's not too far. It's just a couple miles. You have to go over a bridge to get there from there. I mean, downtown Pittsburgh's not that big. Like it's
No.
not. I mean, it's not. It's not like Philly or New York City or even Denver. Like downtown Pittsburgh's it's small. Freaking Frack 62, John Fox 67.
Foxy, man, I didn't think you were that old.
55, Chief. Wow. It's July 4th weekend. July 3rd, 4th, and 5th are the competition days, but the 2nd, there's like a party, meet and greet. The day
there on the 2nd? There is on the 2nd?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw that on Facebook.
What time do you think you'll be coming in, Michael? Do you know?
I can be there at any time.
Okay.
Because I'll just be driving up from New York. I think it's like
be driving
drive.
Okay, yeah, because I think check-in's at 2.
Oh, okay.
And
so I'll probably plan to be there close to that.
Yeah, and I think she's gonna have to. She's the one that made the reservation. I think she's gonna have to be there to do it. Yeah. So
okay, well, I'll be there when she gets there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be there too because I took the 2nd and 3rd off because then I'll be off for the 4th, and then so I took 2 days off to have a nice long weekend. But
for me, I don't think the driving will be too bad once I get past Chicago.
Right. Yeah.
I hate driving through Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baker, there are a lot of hills. Oh, John.
Aren't we on a hill? A house?
No.
Yeah. No,
I mean, we were looking at some that were like the mountain and some that were down the mountain.
Yeah, no, we're not up on the hill. We're down by the river.
Yeah, it's like right on East Carson Street, I think, and that's a good area, or at least it used to be. From what I remember. I'm sure it still is.
Flaming Beard is 62. Wow.
Yeah. Bob looks, yeah, he does look young for 62. And no, we're not crashing at my house. We got an Airbnb. It's still, I mean, I'm about an hour away, so that would just suck to have to drive
Every
that every
day.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
What's in a van?
We got a house. We got a house, Chief.
So in the Facebook post, if you're coming in for Worlds on Wednesday, July 2nd, you can watch, I guess, the representatives of the beard competition throughout the first pitch. They're promoting it at the baseball game. There'll be the Pirates official charity of the game. And the Pirates are donating $5 back for every ticket we sell. Oh, so you can buy the tickets through the I guess it's Mad Viking.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But it's right on the Facebook page. Interesting.
And honey, I think we have to go through Chicago unless we're paying
Yeah.
$100 for the ferry. And then we got to drive down through Michigan, which would probably be a lot better in Chicago. Last time it was 3 hours each way. But this should be, well, during the week, but it's during like holiday season, so who knows?
Oh, we should get tickets to the baseball game. That's the only day they're playing in town.
They might have tickets on VetTix.
True. But this ticket goes to charity.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. The Pirates are donating $5 from each ticket to the charity for the World Championship charity.
How far, Bigger? You're asking how far we got to drive? Remember.
So Michael, you're going to drive up and see your mom first and then come down.
Yeah. Yep. I offered to pick up Scott and Becky, but they'd have to stay with my mom for a couple days, which isn't bad. I mean, she lives on a lake.
Oh no, it's probably getting off of work for the extra days.
Yeah, I get it. I understand that.
Baker said yes from Pittsburgh. Like I said, I'm about 50 miles east, so it's about an hour or so, and then Chief's 40 miles west.
I am 1,400 miles.
554.
Oh, that's nothing. That's a day trip.
Yeah, it says 8 hours and 4 minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
Who's
Yeah,
getting
used to-
waxed?
I'm gonna stay with Amber and Kev on my way out there. I'm gonna
Oh,
crash
yeah.
at their house.
Isn't that like the wrong way?
I'm gonna avoid Chicago.
Well,
Are you going to stay in a shed?
Yeah. Clear the shed for that day.
Yeah, they're over by like the state line.
I think I'm going to have to go out to Ohio this year for the Battle of the Beards.
I probably would, but I got a trip to Kentucky in July as well.
Mhm.
For Beard
Yeah,
America.
Yeah. Hope to see as many people as we can out in Pittsburgh. Yeah, the Battle of the Beards in Ohio, that's going to be a big event. I know a lot of people are going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want to. When is that
All
again?
right. I think it's the first week in September, right?
Yeah. Then I for sure wouldn't be going to the other competition in September.
No, you should go to that one. The one in September. The Beard Clash.
Yeah.
South Dakota Beard Clash. That's going to be a good time. That's a good event.
Yeah, Chief says September 6th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Beard Clash is the weekend after that.
Yeah. Yeah, mixed breed. People don't realize how long PA is from side to side. You know, it's a long trip. I mean, you might be in PA, but to go from Philly to Pittsburgh, yep.
Not only
1.5
that, but it's
hours.
like the routes that you have to take make it longer. Because like it seems like there's no direct route and you have to go through these towns and it's like that's what I remember from Pennsylvania.
Well, I think you could do a lot on 80. 84 and then take 81. Well, it depends on where you're at. Well, Philly, now Philly, you'll be down. Yeah, probably 80. Like when I used to go to Connecticut, I'd take I'd take 220 up to 80 and take 80 to 81. That's by Scranton and Wilkes-Barre, and take 81 north to get on 84, and then head 84 right into Connecticut. And that was about a 7 to 8 hour drive, too.
Yeah, like think about between 6 and 7 hours, you could almost come into the Wisconsin state line and go almost anywhere in the state. And that's almost in Canada.
Yeah, so for my mom's, it's going to be 3.5 hours. It's 234 miles.
And that's New York?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem that bad.
Mm-mm.
Is that near Buffalo? Didn't you say
it's no. Well, it's probably like
Oh.
60 miles from Buffalo.
Oh,
Yeah. It's east of it.
that's not too bad, 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Because it would take us, well, when we would go visit Raven, it was 3 hours. So
Like that was you probably drove through a lot of small towns, right?
yeah, until we got until we
80.
got on 80.
Yeah.
Once we got on 80, then it was
$120 toll?
Huh?
Chief said take that $120 toll.
Oh. Okay.
Must be a better route.
No, it better be fresh, Brad. Hot coffee and fresh donuts.
Oh, not the day old.
Yes, Ray. I'm going to Cuba, New York. Do you know where that's at?
Is that near Lockport?
It is not. No. It's on the southern border of New York. It's like right on the border of New York and PA. Well, not right on the border, but
Right, I haven't heard anything about True North having a booth.
no, I haven't either.
Probably a bit of a drive for them.
Oh yeah. The only one that I've heard that's going to have a booth is well, I'm sure Mad Viking will. They're sponsoring it.
Yeah.
That's grip, maybe.
Yeah.
But the Bearded Machinist, who we've had on this show,
Oh, really?
he is going to have a
yeah.
booth there. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. He's from Colorado Springs, his company, the Bearded Machinist. And yeah, he announced about a month ago that he's going to have a booth at the World's. It's like, wow.
He would be the last one I would pick.
Yeah.
Because he's in Colorado.
Yeah, well, he did a booth at Nationals in Florida a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a good way to get exposure.
absolutely.
Even the not so great companies. What's that doctor one?
Yeah.
In Nationals.
Yeah.
They seem to get a lot of exposure when we were there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ray. It's more Western New York. I think that's what's more considered Western New York.
All right, Chief. Good night.
Thanks, Chief.
Thanks for joining us.
Don't cut anything. Stop cutting.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it grow. It's what Dan C and Dr. Nick always tell me, just let it grow.
Yeah. Yeah, Ray and Jess, come to Pittsburgh. It's gonna be a great time. And I think there's still hotel rooms available. And the hotel rooms may seem expensive, but they're like 50% off regular price with the World's. If you go through the World's competition website,
Yeah.
they have blocks of rooms reserved, and it's like 50% off. It's a really good deal. Yeah, Brad, I believe so. I think so. Like the more natural, the better, I think.
Yeah, and that's what they say on their site for the natural beard.
Yeah. Yeah, Baker. I think so.
When in Cuba.
Cuba is right on. Was it 87? Interstate 87. And Binghamton's probably 3 hours away from there, from Cuba. Maybe 2.5. And Baker's south of Binghamton. I think. Mm-hmm.
Nugget, homie.
Let's get a new deck of cards, Ray.
So Baker, if you're near Scranton, then what were you 7 hours? There was that one. You posted that one thing. Okay. I am other side of Pennsylvania, so 7 hours. What are you 7 hours from? Because if you're near Scranton, you're not 7 hours from Pittsburgh.
Mm-mm. Maybe both ways.
Yeah, maybe
Brad,
both
I would
ways.
imagine there's a big fireworks show in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Oh,
East Coast normally
yeah,
has
there
some
will
big
be.
ones.
for 4th of July.
Yeah.
Baker, that would take that would
Don't pick me up.
that would add 3 hours to my trip. I'm already driving cross country. I'm not making any extra trips. Baker, if you can make it out to Cuba, I'll drive you from there.
You're from Scranton to Pittsburgh. You're 7 hours. I drove from 50 miles east of Pittsburgh to Connecticut in like 8 hours. So unless you're an Amish driving a horse and buggy, I don't think you're right, buddy. I'm sorry.
Unless Baker, did you go 87 to Erie and then Erie to Pittsburgh? If you did that, I believe it's 7 hours.
79, yeah. If you went over and then took 79 south, but
yeah,
like I said, from where I am, I'm about an hour from Pittsburgh, but Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, once I got on 81, like I'd take 80 over to 81 north, and you got Wilkes-Barre and Scranton on 81. And then I'd get on 84 to go into Connecticut. That Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area, like I said, that would take me 8 hours. The Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area, that was about 4 hours. That was like the halfway point.
No pickups in Cali, Dave. Unless you want to drive out to Wyoming, you can hitch a ride then.
283, that's almost what I drive when I go to work.
283 miles?
Well, it's 73 miles each way.
And
For work?
Yes.
And then it's 4 hours and 36
two days a week.
Wow.
Brad, tolls can be weird because you get tracked as you go through.
I believe that,
Okay.
Baker.
Yeah. Now that makes sense. I get that.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
So here, when I lived in Pennsylvania, and I lived there for quite a while, and my family always laughs at me, but years and years ago, like a long time ago, I developed the bridge conspiracy, and it's true. So Pennsylvania replaces their bridges more than any state, more than any place in the world. And it's because they have to use their bridge funding so that they get the same bridge funding the next year.
Yep.
They replace their bridges when they don't need to be replaced, just so that they can use the funding. Drive through Pennsylvania anytime. Drive through Pennsylvania any summer, and you're going to be going over a bridge that's being worked on. I guarantee it. I guarantee you, at least one bridge you'll cross. It's closed on half of it. You'll have to wait at a red light for like 30 minutes.
Well, I forget how far that was, maybe 5 to 10 miles. Once I got off of like 99, 220 and got on 80, about 5 or 10 miles up the road, they were working on a bridge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The road I like to take to work, every summer they are replacing at least one bridge on that route.
Yeah.
every summer. It's been like the last 3 or 4 years.
You know, there's I grew up in Duke Center my teenage years. So let's say 6 years until I went away to college. And then I moved back. I think I was like 30 and lived there for another 16 years. So let's say 22 years I lived in Duke Center. There's a bridge in Duke Center that goes over a creek. So the bridge is probably like 6 feet long. I swear they've replaced it 3 times in those 22 years I lived there. Where you go to any other state and a bridge can outlast a person's life without being replaced.
Yeah.
You go to those, what is it, Madison County, where they have those covered bridges. They're like 100 years old. They haven't been replaced. You can still drive over them.
Trying to find you. You remember? Can't find it.
Everyone's agreeing with everyone in Pennsylvania knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right about the bridges.
Yep. Anyway, there used to be, I can't find a picture, but that used to be a joke in PA that those orange barrels they used to use for road constructions.
Yeah.
That was Pennsylvania's like state tree or state bush or
yeah.
whatever.
State flower. Yeah.
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 We were so old, he watched that cover bridge get built.
Maybe that's the problem. Pennsylvania doesn't have any covered bridges. Maybe that's what preserves them.
Maybe.
No, man, it's like the Pennsylvania adopted that. What was it when the Great Depression was ending, and the president would pay people to dig a ditch, pay people to fill the ditch.
The New Deal. The New Deal.
That's what Pennsylvania is still operating on that. Build the bridge, take down the bridge. Build the bridge back, take down the bridge.
Night, Foxy.
Yeah, Fox. Thanks for stopping in.
Wow.
Bridge conspiracy. That's one of my conspiracies. Was the bridge conspiracy of Pennsylvania? I have a whole book of conspiracies.
I believe that one. Here they keep working their way up the freeway, replacing all the bridges. I think it's just to keep getting that funding.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some of them that need to be replaced. Did they have to? Probably not.
I'm afraid to drive under the bridges here.
I'm not afraid of that. I'm afraid to go on the overpasses.
Interstate 80, you drive under and it's so thin. It's like,
wow.
I never replace them here. Brewer's Rant. Yeah.
You have a conspiracy book, huh?
I do. I've been thinking about doing a YouTube show on conspiracies, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to put myself out there like that.
Dirty shirt Crocs guy going to Worlds.
I don't know. If someone bought the shirt, they can, I guess.
Well, no, because it says he's 10 times a champion.
No, he doesn't need to win any more championships.
You're a savage because you're drinking coffee.
Yep.
Oh, I've been drinking a lot of tea lately.
Bearded Provisions tea?
Yes.
Nice.
I was almost going to have a cup tonight, but And I went stuck with the water.
Bearded Man Provisions has a giveaway going on. Make sure you guys enter that.
And did you notice he's selling oil for
Notable.
yeah,
Notable. Yep, notable
Yep.
beard.
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
South Dakota. Yeah, that's cool that he's doing that.
Yeah, he was talking about it, telling us about another company he was going to hook up. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
got that going on or not. Yeah,
I was
Paul does have
surprised.
some great teas.
Yeah.
He does. If I'm drinking a tea, I'm drinking Bearded Man Provisions.
Yeah, when I take it to work, sometimes it doesn't feel like I steep it long enough
No.
Mm.
because I'm doing like 80 things before I walk out the door to drive it, or
Mm.
20 minutes.
That's a long drive.
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about something else
Yeah.
just because of the drive.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough. Yep, my pretty soon I'll be starting to drive to work.
Mm.
You will?
Yep. Yep, my job has ended as a work from home.
Yeah.
I'm still doing the same job. It's just I have to do it in the government building now.
Mm. Even though it'll still be online.
Yeah, even though my
But-
patients are all on video.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Now
could
what-
understand if you weren't as effective working from home
Right.
because there can be distractions, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. April 14th, I have to go back to the office. Oh well.
Are you still? Do you still do the Friday? In
No.
Pittsburgh.
No,
Okay.
I stopped that
Okay.
last summer. Yeah. Yeah. So still have Fridays off.
so everything else has been good, given all the shakeups.
No, it's been a shit show.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, I don't think it's. I'm not saying it's not Elon, but I don't think it's all him.
Yeah.
He's just being directed that way.
Yeah, mixed breed. Speaking of Glorious Beard, I did a podcast recently for the Glorious Beard. It's on.
Yeah, and I
Spotify.
don't do Spotify, so I didn't.
Well, it's on
watch it.
Apple as well. Oh, you don't do Apple.
Yeah, I don't do Apple either.
Spotify is free.
Yeah, like
You just can't download it.
it'll eventually be on YouTube. I don't know how long it takes them to post it to YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting our stuff back on Spotify.
Mm.
And just so everybody knows, we're no longer on Twitch
Oh.
because they have a problem with affiliate codes.
Oh.
Mm.
They want a piece of the action.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael, there's a question for you. Look at the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Saturday morning.
Oh, are we gonna? Can you have a guest?
Yeah.
Live guest on?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll drink a tea. I'll drink a
right.
tea.
You can be in the background.
Didn't he have some Special deal. Your demand provisions.
Well, he has a giveaway.
Well,
Right?
That's it.
yeah.
Just
And
remember-
he did have a special deal that you buy 2 teas, you got a free steeper, but I don't know if
Mhm.
that one's still going or not. And then my wife, she
must be listening.
then
Were your ears ringing?
hey Paul, yeah, hey Paul.
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
We're just
My,
talking about you, Paul.
about a month ago, my wife says to me, she goes, "I need to order more tea." She goes, "Do you have a code?" I said, "Yeah." So I gave her our code. And then she says, "Okay, I have to order some." And then I asked her, I said, "Did you order that tea yet?" She goes, "No." She goes, I'll order it while we're driving." Okay. then she never ordered. So she still never ordered it. I'm just going to have to do it myself.
Because she's a coffee drinker.
Yeah. Yeah. But she likes the tea. She likes it. She liked, now I can't remember which one it was now. I've been drinking up the,
Thanks, Dave.
yeah, good night, Dave. I got, I've been drinking the Dreamer. I'm almost done with the Dreamer. I've been drinking, that's the orange one, like.
I don't have
But-
that one. I've got Fireside
she-
and Black
Fireside's the one she really likes. I mean, I do too. She doesn't really like the Dreamer, so that's why I've been drinking it. But she's out of Fireside. She likes it. She needs to get it, but she wants to try a couple of the other ones too. But she never ordered them yet.
There it is. Bull Elk Reform Party giveaway.
I was confused by the name when I first saw it. I'm like, huh? Yeah, I like both the Fireside and the Black Gold. The Black Gold's more of a Earl Grey type.
That's the one she wants to try. She wants to try that one. But yeah, we had I can't remember the other one, the third one we had. We had 3. We had the Dreamer, the Fireside, and then there was another one, and I don't remember which one it was.
And Paul said he just lowered the prices.
This giveaway is huge. You're winning like everything on his site, basically.
Well, here if you can get in a Roosevelt oil.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin Amber just made a huge purchase from Fusion Coffee. They got a bunch of coffee from them.
They've got too many choices.
There's a lot. There's definitely a lot.
Yes,
especially
Brad,
if you liked flavored. Like, there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, Brad, that giveaway is on Instagram.
Yep. Brad, are you going to go to Pittsburgh? Are you going to go to Worlds? Yeah, Amber's order went to like a different street in her town.
I like the little canisters. They're nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I know my mom likes it. I think she's ordered from him.
He's considering it.
Awesome, Brad. Get the camper ready. Get the RV ready. Actually, I'll just drive to Brad's and he could drive me there. Awesome, Kev. If Kev likes coffee, it's got to be good.
Yeah, he said a lot of people like that Columbia Supremo.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I didn't know if I'd like the Dreamer. I'm not a big like orange creamsicle kind of person.
Yeah, it's not really orange creamsicle, but it does have a little bit of orange to it. But
Okay. I'll give it a try next time. So you're gonna pick up Amber and Kev on your way, since you're staying at their house?
Yeah, that's part of the plan. They're going to kidnap them, throw them in the truck. Or better yet, if I just have Brad drive me, we'll stop down there. He's got an RV. We'll pick up Kevin, Amber, and head on out.
Mind if they tow the shed with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
which
Black
which
gold,
tea was
Brad.
like the black gold? Yeah.
All right, Amber. No problem. Will do.
And
Yeah, I'm going around Chicago.
yeah,
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's actually worse coming from Milwaukee to go through Chicago than it is east to west. I think
I'm
it's worse
sure it
coming
is.
north to south.
yes.
From my experience, when I picked up Scott to go to Nashville, we definitely picked the wrong time to drive through Chicago.
Yes.
Should have left earlier.
Never go through Chicago on a weekend. That's the thing.
Well, wasn't it a Monday? I'm pretty sure it was a Monday or Tuesday that we went.
Yeah, I think we hit the rush hour traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we didn't get out of like Chicago until it seemed like noon.
Yeah. There you go.
We were there exactly the time you don't want to be there.
There you go. Beer Man Provisions, Jack Stud coming up to Worlds. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I bet 3 a.m. it's not that bad.
No, you don't want to do it when people are going to work and leaving work first shift wise. Those are the worst times. And on the weekends when everyone's coming back from their weekend trips or going to their weekend trips. Yeah, for me to drive all the way around Chicago would probably take longer than going through it.
Right. Right.
I've taken so many routes and it still ended up being 3 hours.
Not unless you take the ferry.
Yeah, I know. It's just paying. It's at least $100 to take a car across. I think it's like $70 just for a person.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Brad, you gotta hit that window in the afternoon or before the sunrise and after the sunset. And after sunset, you probably don't want to be in Chicago anyway. Yeah, I know. I debate with that every time. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, you're not 500 miles isn't too bad though.
No, and I think this app was saying that the tollway was like $65 for the trip.
Wow.
I don't know where it is, but that's what they were estimating.
Huh.
$65.91
In tolls?
on that route, on the faster route.
Wow.
If I take the slower route that's over an hour slower, it's $8.80.
I didn't know tolls were that much.
Some are like, if you go through Oklahoma, there's pretty much no speed on the tollway, but I haven't been on probably since the 90s, but I think it was like $20 or something back then.
Wow.
But you'd have semis going past you doing like 120. And there'd be gas stations right on the tollway.
Yeah. Yeah. New York is like that.
Yeah, around Chicago used to be like that. I don't think they are anymore. I think they've closed down a lot of the stuff.
Huh.
Because they used to have the like McDonald's that was right across, that would be on top of the freeway.
Yeah.
A lot of those they've closed up. He kept says he's been to Chicago once, 30 years ago.
Yeah, I've never been in Chicago. I've only driven through it. I've never stopped. I would like to visit it there someday.
I have quite a few times.
I was there once a long time ago. Back, I was probably in my mid-20s. Place where I worked at that time, they had bought a new machine, and that's Schaumburg, Illinois, is where they're like based out of. And me and another guy went there to learn how to operate the machine and stuff for like a week. And we went into Chicago. That's where I think I forget what it is, but I think the national, like for the Elks clubs, Elks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Benevolent Protective Order of Elks clubs, I think that's where their like national headquarters was, or is. And we went there one evening, walked around, checked that building out. But yeah, we were in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I have been to Legoland in Schaumburg. Been to high school. We went to the Museum of Science and Industry, and the stock exchange there, and a bunch of stuff. Yes, those like the McDonald's over the freeway, they're called the Oasis. Yeah, that is about right. I know my one cousin takes her kids to Chicago all the time to look at the buildings. They're into architecture.
Flaming Beard said that they're on call during Worlds. I can relate to that. Yeah, imagine a 20-year-old Jason. He had to
just imagine.
He had to throw.
Yeah.
The fro with the lamb chops.
I did see a picture of him in the body cast. He did have a beard.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to find some other older pictures to post to myself. But yeah, I had that when I had my back operated on. I had that cast on. I was 17 in that picture. Yep.
Ronnie, that would be awesome to meet you guys out there. Pittsburgh Worlds is ready for fairy wings, whatever that means.
I think it's relating to Beard Boy somehow.
I think Flaming Beards is sleeping already, and yeah.
Oh,
That's been so long ago, Jonathan, that I can't I can't remember what what it did get me.
Oh, that's funny.
probably a bunch of cokes.
Yeah. Oh, you know, well, not when I was 20, but when I was like 7, 8 years old, and we used every Saturday. It was like my dad. He would go to this local hardware store downtown. I call it downtown. We live up on what we call Penview Mountain, and then the town of Blairsville. But there's a local hardware store there, and it's still open now. And we used to go in there, and they had one of those old pop machines with the bottles that you open the little skinny door and pull the bottle out, and you could get like the knee high grape and knee high orange, and it was like a nickel. You put a nickel or a dime, might even have been a dime, but yeah, for a nickel or a dime, I could get a little bottle of soda pop.
Back then, Jason could rent a $1 rental at Blockbuster.
Yeah. Hell, I remember when candy bars used to be a quarter. Now they're $1.25. You know,
Oh,
Yes,
they're
probably
two,
like
two
they're
bucks,
way more
$2.
than $1.25. They're like $2 or $3 bucks. Yeah, gas was not 50 cents, maybe 99 cents.
I remember
Yeah.
99 cents
Yeah,
driving down to Texas.
yeah.
And then somewhere in Illinois, I found this one gas station that was 69 cents.
Hmm.
I swore I was imagining things, but
But Jason and Scott used leaded gasoline back then.
I've had a car that you had to put a lead additive in the gas.
Mm-hmm.
An old Plymouth Fury.
Yep, used to go to the gas station. You'd either get regular or unleaded.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would drive up to the gas station, and it was all full service. Nowadays, people don't even know what that is.
See, Ronnie
I don't
remembers
think-
the New Deal.
I don't, yeah, I don't think you're that much older than me, but I may be wrong.
No, her name was not Christine.
Yeah, I definitely remember it being like $1.10.
I outran the cops in a Plymouth Fury.
Yep. The bad thing is though, Kevin, when people would pull in to get gas and then you check the oil, a lot of people don't realize there's still oil up in the engine. It didn't all go down in the oil pan yet.
Yep.
You know?
Mm.
Yeah. It is a good movie.
Yes.
I forget
Actually,
forget
watched
which. Yeah,
probably
I
last
for-
Halloween.
I forget which one it was. If it was Moochie or what. You ain't mad, are you? When the car's coming and they think he's in the car, but he's not.
Yeah.
You ain't mad, are you? And then old buddy Repperton takes a switchblade and pokes his yogurt or his milk or whatever. But yeah, a couple nice cars in there. His buddy that played football, he had a nice Charger. Buddy had that Camaro. That was a nice car.
Mm-hmm. 9/11, it was still under $1. I don't think it was here.
Oh. Yeah, so on 9/11, my wife and I, we were driving and to my new duty station in Colorado, but I have family in Denver, so we were driving there. And I remember when we got there, it was like $2, but by that evening, it was up to $7 a gallon. And there was lines all down the streets.
Well, see, Ronnie, we do sleep, but the thing is, these two up here are in different time zones than me. Like for me, yeah,
we don't normally work on Fridays.
yeah. Yeah, they don't work Fridays. I work Fridays, and I'm on the East Coast, and yeah, it's 11:32 for me right now.
Oh,
So.
we can end anytime you like, Jason.
Well, actually, I got a decent nap this evening, so
good.
not too bad.
I had a nap today too, because luckily I had no work to do. But yeah,
I have another can.
Looking at maybe we should start one.
Yeah, I'm out of water. My water's empty.
So what we got next week?
Next week, if I remember right, it's Kuhn Naturals, is it? I think that's what they're called. Kuhn Products. They just sent me a whole box of stuff today. So we'll have plenty to talk about them next week.
Nice. Yep, Kuhn Products out of Utah.
Yes.
And they've been around a while. Highly recommended from Bob and Terry. Frickin' frack.
And that's some all-natural beer balm.
Nice. Nice.
And that's their new scent, Bear Cannon, which I am wearing tonight.
Cool.
And Mrs. Bruce City approved of it. But guys, check us out next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for another great stream of the Bearded Respect. And respect the journey, We'll catch you
Have a good
next week.
Have a good Friday. Hey, thanks, Kevin.
Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Kev. It's just for Jason, though.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll catch you next week.